Have you ever lied at your job? When I was 19 years old, I had just started college and needed a job fast. One day, I walked past a small family-owned grocery store near campus, so I walked in to ask about the job. The manager called me into a quick 5-minute interview right there on the spot. After asking a few questions, he smiled and said, "Can you start tomorrow morning?" I said yes, even though inside I was super nervous. Not about the job itself, but about something else, talking with others. I get really anxious when I have to speak in front of people I don't know. My voice gets shaky, and when I hear myself sounding weird, I get even more nervous. It turns into this horrible spiral where I overthink everything I'm saying. It's happened to me before during class presentations or even phone calls. It's embarrassing, and it makes me want to disappear. So the next morning, I showed up for my first shift. The manager brought me into the break room to introduce me to the other workers. He said, "This is Riley." I just smiled and gave a little wave. Someone asked me, "Hey, are you new here?" And I panicked. Instead of answering, I just nodded and smiled again. Then someone else asked me another question, and I shrugged, pretending I didn't understand. I didn't plan to do this, but in that moment, my fear took over, and for some reason, I just kept going with it. I worked my entire first shift without saying a single word. I used hand signals, pointed to things, smiled a lot, and made small facial expressions to communicate. No one asked me why I wasn't talking. I think they just assumed I was mute, that I couldn't speak at all. By my second day, they were introducing me to customers like that. It started to grow from there. One of the guys from the deli even started learning sign language from YouTube so he could talk with me. A kind older lady who worked in the back gave me a small card that said, "You're the kindest soul I've ever worked with." She meant it from the heart, and that made me feel even worse. I wasn't mute. I was just too scared to say anything, and now it had gone way too far. Every night after work, I'd get into my car, blast music, and whisper random words to make sure my voice still worked. I kept telling myself, "Tomorrow, I'll fix this. I'll just explain it was a misunderstanding." But the next day would come, and I'd freeze again. I was too deep into the lie. Everyone at work knew me as Rox Riley, the quiet angel. People loved me. I started getting more hours because I never complained. Management would speak really slowly to me and use hand gestures like I was a lost puppy. I wanted to cry and laugh at the same time. Then one day, I was asked to help train a new worker. Train someone without talking. Do you know how hard that is? I basically just pointed at things and nodded a lot. It somehow worked. They even thanked me later, saying, "You made it so easy to learn." Everything was going smoothly. Well, as smoothly as a giant lie can go. Until one night, the assistant manager, a girl named Danny, came up to me. She asked if I wanted to go out with some of the staff after work. I smiled and gave a thumbs up, thinking I'd just make an excuse and not go. But for some reason, I didn't cancel. They took me to a karaoke bar. Do you know how hard it is to keep pretending you're mute in a place where the whole point is to sing and scream into a microphone? People were singing loud, dancing, handing the mic to each other for group songs. Someone tried to give me the mic, and I literally bowed like I was thanking them and clapped for someone else to go instead. I made up a whole act of drinking water, fanning my face, pretending I had a sore throat, anything to avoid singing. I sat in the corner booth for 2 hours, fake texting and smiling at everyone like I was having the time of my life. Then Danny came and sat next to me. She looked right at me and said, "I hope this doesn't sound weird, but I think you're amazing. I don't care that you don't talk. I feel like I still understand you. You say so much without saying anything." Then she kissed me right there on the lips, and I kissed her back. That was 1 week ago. Since then, she's been texting me every day. She wants to hang out again this weekend. She even told another coworker that she's really falling for Riley, and I'm just sitting here completely lost. I built this whole fake world where I don't talk. Everyone thinks I'm mute. I'm getting praised for being quiet. I'm being given longer hours. I feel like a liar. But if I tell the truth now, I feel like everyone will hate me. They'll think I was mocking people who can't speak. They'll be confused, angry, or think I'm crazy. I don't know how to fix this. Should I pretend I lost my voice again and slowly start talking like it's some kind of miracle? I know it sounds crazy, but I'm stuck. Comment down below and help me out. Do I keep pretending or finally tell the truth?